Is it live now? No way. Did I sell, bro? No way I sold. Oh no. Okay, well it's live now, ladies and gentlemen. I am so sorry. I forgot to click the start button on my OBS. It says stream and end broadcast. I clicked stream. And I guess I was supposed to also click go live. So I'm so sorry, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, okay. Anyways, here we are at the German Grand Prix. Qualifying just went down. Um, Here is how everyone qualified. Um, Yep, that's the qualifying. The grid is gridded up, and we're gonna be racing 43 laps around the German Hockenheimer Grand Prix. Um, Let me remember what I went over. Rain script. So there is a rain script added, which means during qualifying, which I accidentally forgot to go live on. So sorry again, guys. There was a possibility of rain, which didn't happen. But now during the race, because of the rain script, there might be rain, which would be a first for this league during a German race. So we'll have to see what happens. Let me quickly let people know that this is live. Let me quickly double check my channel, guys. Apologies. Currently, we are waiting up on one driver to go take a piss, I believe, and they will be back. And then we'll be able to race, I guess, which is great. But yeah, there is a rain script, which is awesome sauce. So that means during the race, conditions may change, which will definitely make it harder or easier for the drivers, depending what they drive in easier. Currently, all the cars are stacked up, flying. So let's take a look at that. Let me go over my notes again. So, during this race, there is no Octavian, which means it's Wilt and I believe Streaks. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Yeah, Streaks and Wilt who are driving for Ferrari, which means Ada may be able to take over the WDC. He is currently 2 points ahead of Wilt. So for this will be a good race for everyone to go ahead and get some points if they can get up on the podium or even within the point range. Let's see what else. This race has been won 3 times in a row by Ada. It's his favorite track. It's his best track, so we'll have to see. Here it is. Everybody's gridded up. I believe we are going to be starting soon. Let me quickly check what's going on in the chat. 22 seconds until race start. I guess someone got banned from the league? An EXO? Not too sure about that. But yeah, here you go. Race started soon. We'll have to see what happens. Personally, I think Wilt will be able to take the win. No, Ada will be able to take the win here. We'll have to see. Here are the lights. And there goes the race. So cars are uncollidable for the first few laps of every race, and then later on they get turned on. But as you can see, Ada is already building a gap. Cars are already crashing. Parts are on the track already. The walls are now destructible, so they can break your car. Wilt is falling close behind Ada. There is some lag going on while all the cars are nice and close to each other, but it should hopefully get sorted out a little bit later. As the people are cutting the course, which is completely fine. All they have to watch out for is the invisible bumps. And here is the leaderboard. Let me quickly move that so you guys can see it more clear. Today we got 15 people on track, 16 people on track, Ada 8 seconds behind P15. And as you see, there's a big, huge group of people to P3 and down, which is going to be pretty interesting if they can keep up this close. And a car has went off, and now I believe that was Ada. He loses his track position, and Will is able to take P1 lap 2. Ada has sold, unfortunately, spun the car. But now Will does have to fend off the group back behind, which will be pretty interesting. What happens here, as you can see, it's like 5 cars in a row. Cadillac flies into the wall. Luckily, no huge damage. Some cars are struggling on that corner there with corner cuts. Let's go ahead and get a little bit closer to the track now. There goes Wilt. Reynolds. Oh, there was a crash up there. People in the wall. Car parts now all over the track. This is honestly a pretty interesting race. So much carnage within the first 3 laps. And there's a huge 3-car crash on that turn there. Unfortunate. Another crash up there. This is crazy. Ada is now in P14. What a crazy drop. People are now moving up though because of that 3-car crash. Ada is up now 9th. Hamilton is in 10th. And Wilt is able to hang on to first place with no damage to the car, which is crazy. So now we are seeing the track start to thin out. As you can see, we got people taking the first turn while this guy is on his last 2 turns here. Honestly, what a crazy race. I did not expect this to happen within the first 3-4 freaking laps. But people are crashing. As I said, this track is easy to drive on, but it's hard to master. And we are watching people master this track. There is going to be a whole lot of crashing. Cadillac doing the pit window now. Pit window is open from 4 to 12, so people are going to have to pit, which is going to be interesting to see if people are able to overcut and undercut each other. Oh, what a crash over there. As you can see, that is a tough corner. You hit it wrong. You fly into the wall. Oh, that's unfortunate. Got punted again. Let's move up the track and see what's happening. How unfortunate, man. Crazy crashes. There goes Wilt. As you can see, there is now quite a bit of a gap between these cars. So, I don't know what's going to really happen. A lot of people are pitting. I believe that's 6 cars in the pit. Which is crazy. People doing safe rejoins, which is great. I believe car collisions are now on. And let's go ahead and take a quick look at the leaderboard. So we got Wilt up in first, Milk in second, Neon City in third, Ada in 4. So Ada, he jumped from P1 to P14, and he is now back almost near podium. Hopefully he can make his way up. So I mean, yeah, wow, what a crazy, chaotic race start. Someone is saying they believe they saw an overtake in the pits, possibly. There's Weeblo in the pits. Pitting. Oh, and someone flipped in the pits. Who is that in the state car? Sugar. And they get overtaken. Oh, that is unfortunate. How do you flip in the pits? Wilt still keeping up in the lead. Behind him, we got the BMW with Milk. Neon in third and Ada up in fourth. So this is going to be a pretty tight race because these are some of the best drivers in the league. Will they be able to keep up? Who's going to be able to pass who? We don't quite know. It's going to be a really interesting race. There's currently a 3-second gap from P1 to P2, which on this track is quite a lot. But so far, I think so good. We're seeing clean racing now. And not many crashes. We are seeing some side bumps. Ooh, oh, spoke too soon. Crazy crash for Obama. He got sent to the wall. Luckily, no car damage. That was detrimental. So he's able to go ahead and resume his race, but he did lose a position there. Wilt is almost now leading by 4 seconds with a current gap to P2 by 3.8 seconds, which is honestly crazy work. Especially on a track like this where every lap is 35 seconds or faster for these guys at the top level here. So we'll have to see. Ada currently first with the fastest lap, 35.15. Pretty crazy. Pretty dang crazy. Let's go ahead and fly over to the other part of the track and see what's going on. A lot of cars have lost their wings now. Side by side, the Red Bull and the BMW. In my opinion, this is like one of the more scarier turns here because if you take it too slow and that guy behind you is going very fast, you are going to get punted into the wall. Over here is Wilt in P1, and oh my gosh, is that a 12-second gap to P2? Ladies and gentlemen, this guy is that gap real? Okay, we'll have to see once Wilt finishes the lap. But I think I think that's a 12-second gap, guys. That is a 12-second gap. Wilt has pitted. Sugar is currently one lap behind everyone. Unfortunately, hopefully they can get back up. And currently there's a 6-second gap. So yes, guys, that 12-second gap was crazy. Now let's go ahead and find Ada because Ada has fallen off to 11th place after being in 4th. What has happened? Let's go ahead and view Ada. Oh, that's unfortunate. Weeble and Ada are now side by side going to the next turn. He's giving them the space necessary, holding back that Red Bull. Ooh, that Red Bull almost T-boned Ada over there. That would have been horrible. Second pit window is now 22 to 33, which will be interesting. Weeble makes a clean pass and then gets past. Unfortunate. People are pitting. I believe someone just took out Lewis. I believe that was Sugar. What is going on? I don't know. Apparently Obama was forced into pits. Seba has done a 2x pit. And oh, that Ferrari gets slammed into the wall. So you really have to be careful around there. There is Walt minding his own business. Driving 4 seconds in front of the next guy. Which, again, is crazy. 5 seconds, man. Insane work. The Reynolds are holding on together, which is great. Teamwork is important, so they can get those championship points. Cadillac, oh, that's a spin for the kit car. Let's see if there's any more crashes there. Nope, so far so good. I see side by side over there. Oh, and the Cadillac goes ahead and pushes out I believe that is the Williams car. Unfortunate. According to Neon, Sugar has cost him some time, which is crazy because that might be penalty points that Sugar does not need. Apparently, Lewis has taken out Seba and Ada. We'll have to see. Icy currently has a blue flag, which means he has to move out of the way and allow people that are behind him to make a clean pass on him. Let's go ahead and see who's driving right now. Nope. And see, so there are currently some groups of people driving. There's a group of 4, group of 3. Well, they're pretty far apart from each other. And Walt, of course, still leading the race by a crazy margin of like 4 seconds. Milk trying to find time on the track to catch up. Got a very dirty part of the track here. So you have to be pretty careful driving over those parts because it can affect your car. But unfortunately, Ada is not doing hot. From P1 to P14 to P4 for a little bit to now P12. Obviously, we haven't seen any DNFs yet, so maybe a red flag or a safety car can help him out here. But we'll have to see. Ferrari passes the stake there. Sugar is apparently now lapped twice in the race, which is unfortunate. Holy moly, Ada came in here though with a 34.8 sub 35 time, which is honestly really impressive, especially on this track here, whilst driving in the middle of the pack. Here's Ada now, chasing down the BMW. We blow one car behind Ada, trying to keep up. You see people are getting really close to the wall, and they have to be careful because if they hit that, that's going to be it for their race. Pretty clean. That is a very clean car with no damage, which is a little crazy. Kind of like Red Bull, Steak, BMW, a lot of cars here right here. Trying to find position, but it's really hard once the race starts going and people are setting their fastest laps and are actually pushing it. It's really hard for them to go ahead and actually find places to pass each other. All I have to do is wait for a mistake, but when you're racing here, mistakes are not too common. See, very clean first turn. Oh, what has happened to the Cadillac? Driven straight into the wall. Unfortunately, he cannot steer. Reading the chat right now. That's unfortunate. I believe the Cadillac will be out of the race. That's unfortunate. The steering column has broke. Ooh, we have another spin back here. Renault, unfortunately. Sugar has a blue. People are telling him to move out of the way. People are trying to pass him. So when you're racing, you really have to be mindful of, you know, what flag you have. If you have a blue, you need to move out of the way because you are holding people up. Currently, IC is in 13th. One lap down. So I believe there are 4 people who are being lapped. That being Icy, Lewis, Streak, and Sugar, which is a little bit crazy. Unfortunately, for Lewis, he cannot steer on the straights. So who knows? Maybe he can just respawn his car and get back going. But unfortunately, that's going to be unfortunate. Here is Streaky, unfortunately, out for the race. Unfortunate. It is what it is. Oh, we have 2 state cars. And I believe that would be Ada, right? Yep, that is Ada. Side by side with the state car. You have to be careful. Because VLAG in these close quarters where you hit a corner it can cost you a lot of time. Ada does make a clean pass. And, oh, a lot of people are pitting. I believe that's 5 cars in pit. Oh, dang. 6 cars now in pit. So people are pitting as pit window has opened up about a lap ago. It's going to be pretty interesting to see what happens here. Maybe people are going to get up some positions. World of Rental Coupes is also now lapped. So now we have, how many people have? 5 people who are lapped and are out of the race. Pretty much out of the race. Sugar has another blue. Sugar struggling to keep up. And I believe that is Sugar there in the wall now. Wow, unfortunate. How unfortunate. Another state car has pitted and is currently getting a respawn. Milk is going ahead and pitting in this track over here, or this lap. So, I mean, what a crazy race today. As you can see, people are driving, trying to find time. Ada's still with the fastest lap, 35.2 now, with its previous best being 35.15. But unfortunately, Ada... Oh no, Ada is now back up to 4th. Let's go ahead and find them. Wilt, of course, still crazy 8-second gap. Oh, and Ada just went ahead and hit the fastest lap with a 35.06, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that is going to be the fastest lap on Hockenheimer. I mean, that is insane. Here's Ada now. So, I mean, honestly, if Will keeps up with his 35.5s, Ada might just be able to squeeze by and maybe, just maybe, in these last 20 or so laps, actually get back onto the podium. He does have to catch up to Lexus, who is 1.3 seconds ahead. Wow, that is crazy. Ada might have like the most overtakes this race, ladies and gentlemen. He's going from P1 to P14 to P4 to P12 to now back to P4. Hopefully now is when he is able to go ahead and actually make some real moves. We'll have to see. All the cars are based on the McLaren car, so everyone has equal machinery. So it's all going to come down to skill and who has put in the most practice. Let's go ahead and find Wilt. I believe that might be him. Nope, that's red, yellow. There you go, there's Wilt. Fresh car, no damage still. And he's just zooming down the track. 11-second gap, ladies and gentlemen, a P2. That is insane. 6 people are now lapped on this track, which is insane. Unfortunately, if you get lapped on this track, making up 35 plus seconds is a little bit impossible. And ladies and gentlemen, it is now raining. Conditions have changed. The track is now wet. Holy moly. And that is going to be the rain script, guys. As you can see, the track has become a little bit more reflective, which means it is currently getting wetter and wetter as we speak. So this might be where, if Wilt can't hold on to the track, Wilt might just be able to catch him. Wow, this is insane. A lot of people are now going to be slowing down. Still, 11-second gap. With 13 more laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have to see if anyone can make a move during the rain. But unfortunately, I don't think and know if that's going to be able to happen today here with an 11-second gap. Icy has a blue. So Icy might be getting lapped here. That would make for a total of 7 people who are lapped, guys. Which is insane. Oh, okay. That was a crazy collision there. Will almost got taken out and some of the cars spun out over there. So yeah, people have to drive carefully, man, here. You can T-bone each other easily, and you just have to be careful. Here is Ada driving in the rain. The gap is slowly closing down between P2 and P1. It's now 10.2 seconds, but still crazy fast. And ladies and gentlemen, that is now 7 people who have been lapped. That is crazy, and I believe we're going to see a lot more people lapped, especially now that we're driving in the rain. But people are holding on, which is pretty good, especially considering that we're in the rain, and here you have pretty much no grip. I guess there are no corner cuts here, so people are able to take a sharper line there. There goes Wilt. There is Weeblo, who's unfortunately lapped in P10. Really unfortunate. There's Neon. Neon is now in P5. Lexus is in P3. So, unfortunately, Neon might not make podium this race. There's Wilt. There's the Red Bull. Steak. Weeblo. So, cars are sliding. The rain is still going. I can see people are taking wider lines. Sugar got spun there on the last lap, and they can't make it back onto the track. Sugar, what is going on? And they're out of the car, and I believe that might be a DNF for them. And, oh, they have reset, ladies and gentlemen. Sugar just reset. So the track is still getting more and more wet. Blues are being handed out as people are obviously slowing down here on the track because, I mean, driving in the rain is really dang difficult. Oh, that's a flip over there for the Red Bull, I believe. Yep. Unfortunate. Luckily, no major damage, so they can go ahead and get back on the track. Yeah, a lot of pushing, a lot of sliding on the track here. It's going to be pretty interesting to see how these drivers adapt. And we can already see people are taking very different lines, while some people are still trying to hold the dry line. I mean, people are doing it. People are making it work, which is awesome. As you can see, a lot of people are choosing to go around this yellow strip here instead of going over in it. There are approximately 5 minutes, I believe, of rain left. This is what I'm hearing. The drivers are now commentating that it's starting to get a little bit hard. So, I mean, we'll have to see what happens. Oh, that's a really wide turn one, almost scraping against the wall. Oh, unfortunately, that's a Ferrari crash into the wall. But they're fine. They're able to keep going. We blow, as you can see, yeah. When we watched this turn here with the dry line, people just went from the outside close to that curb and almost hitting that blue curb. But now people are flying out into the grass. So people have to be a lot more careful, especially around some of these other turns where you get really close to the outside. For example, here you touch any part of this track here and you spin out right into the wall. And it doesn't help when you're already spinning out over here trying to make this turn. That's a crash up there for Weeblow. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still yawning like crazy. Ooh, almost a spin to the wall there by that McLaren, but they were able to catch it. Now they got 5 laps. Wilt spins. How unfortunate. Will that be what Milk needs to go ahead and catch him? Honestly, I don't know. With 5 laps left and 11-second gap to P2, I think Wilt has secured himself P1. Let's go ahead and find. There is Milk. 8-second gap. So that spin did give him some time to catch up, but I mean, people still struggling. Ada still trying to fight up into podium, but unfortunately Lexus is just a little bit farther ahead. Let's see, the cars over here are going pretty dang slow. Let's go ahead and watch Icy do this first turn. Ooh, that is wide and right up against the wall. So you really have to be careful because the car floor, if that gets damaged and broken, your car is completely finished. Three seconds left. Wilt still crazy gap to P2. 9.3 seconds. Honestly, it's so much fun watching these people drive on the wet because, like, you see lines that, like, are so wide. Unfortunately, it looks like I'm reading from the chat. Sugar has DNF because they cannot do the next. It was too hard. Anyways, I'll do it. So, unfortunately, Sugar was not able to keep up. And the rain made the conditions even harder. Unfortunately, they DNF. Just really, really unfortunate. Hey, good race, Sugar. You gave it your best. That's what matters. Over here, Weeblow has passed Ada. Oh, Weeblow going backwards into this turn now. Spinning out into the grass. Or into the sand, apologies. Really unfortunate there. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on the last lap. Let's go ahead and find our winner for this race. Assuming they don't spin out in the last few turns over here. Wilt coming into these last few turns. taking an amazing line in the beautiful Ferrari livery. Look at that control. Look at that speed, ladies and gentlemen. He is flying through. Going wide over here. And ladies and gentlemen, last lap. Last lap, ladies and gentlemen. For Will. Let's go ahead and watch it go down. There's a spin out in the back behind him. But Will is leading the way now. And Ada is now in P3. Ada, I believe, Lexus has spun, allowing Ada and Neon City to go ahead and move up. So Ada will be finishing on podium in third, Milk in second, and ladies and gentlemen, your German Grand Prix winner, official Wilt, will be taking the win, ladies and gentlemen. And that is the win, ladies and gentlemen. A nice send off into the wall. People are finishing up now. Ada somehow squeezes into P2 right before Milk. What a crazy comeback from Ada, from P1 to P15 to P4 to P12 and now to P2, ladies and gentlemen. That is Ada's second place. Wilt in first, Milk in third, Lexus in fourth, Neon in fifth, Sky in sixth, Squid. Oh, that's a funny crash. Seventh to Squid, new driver on the track, so that's pretty good. And then going down from P8 to P16 is everyone who got lapped during this race. That makes, I believe, 8 lapped people, which is unfortunate. What a crazy race. Obviously, my bad for not streaming the qualifying. I messed up on my end. But it was pretty smooth. Ada was up in first. Wilt was in second. Pretty much just a starting grid. But then obviously all the carnage went ahead and happened during the race. And as you can see, no more rain. The track is going to start drying up. But that doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen, because the race is over. Hope you guys did enjoy this stream. Honestly, what a chaotic race. I'm probably going to honestly rewatch this one because Ada, man, from P1 to P14, struggling mid-pack all race, and now up into P2. Honestly, what a crazy result. I mean, if you go ahead and take a look at it, the car damage. Honestly, in this game, the more car damage you have, the more it upsets the weight of the car, which kind of makes it harder to drive. So having a car like this all race and then going from P15 or 14 to P2 is crazy. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the stream. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to subscribe, as I'll be, hopefully from here on out, streaming each one every Saturday at 12 p.m. Yeah, 12 p.m. PST. Make sure to like. And if you want to join the league, I believe the link will be down in the description below. You can join, check it out, join some races, spectate some. Yeah, congrats to Wilt, congrats to Ada, congrats to Milk for getting that podium.